Hey everybody, just getting back from Hong Kong with an empty cart. So that means it was successful, and so that's part of the tea club going out today. These guys are pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, I just crossed back into Shenzhen. Sweet, sweet Shenzhen. It's quite emotionally draining, these Hong Kong trips. But glad that's done. I actually have to come back tomorrow, so that's kind of intense. The most I've ever done is 3 days in a row. I went to Hong Kong shipping DHL. But yeah, I need to go back tomorrow with another couple boxes. And yeah, it's pretty inefficient. So I'm going to figure out a better system. And but this is how I'm doing it now. And at this point, it's fine. You know, once the system becomes painful enough, and then you're kind of forced to upgrade the system. So for right now, this system works for what I'm doing, but it obviously wouldn't scale. So if, you know, the business increases, I will have to change the system. You know, and I can ship quite easily via sea, ocean freight from Shenzhen, but that takes at least a month, and it's very cheap. So, you know, I'm just not really at that point with the business where I'm like a month ahead on stuff. You know, I'm kind of hand to mouth over here, subsistence farming. I mean, I just don't have you know, I kind of move tea in and then it moves out. But, you know, eventually I would like to have, you know, 6 months of inventory just like sitting in America ready. That's the goal. But that would be, that'd just take some capital. Anyways, I'm glad to be back in Shenzhen, my city. When I first came to this city in 2014, I was just a young man, broke, just a young man with no money, 24, moved here, and Shenzhen was my home. And so I have a lot of, you know, it could be said that I grew up in this city. Because, you know, your mid-20s, early or late 20s, like, I spent the majority of my 20s in China. And it was all this city. I've never lived in a city. But I lived in many different parts of Shenzhen. But yeah, I mean, you could say I grew up in Shenzhen. You know, that kind of mid-20s to late 20s, like, that's really where the male brain is, like, you know, finalizing the programming. And so I feel very comfortable here in Shenzhen, even though my Chinese is not fluent by any stretch. You know, I've never really had a problem communicating though. You know, it's like I can always, I know like the key stuff. And you know, I'm not going to discuss you know, political philosophy, but I can you know, say where I'm going, and I can say, you know, the key stuff. It's survival. It's like survival Chinese. That's how far it goes. Ah, 不要谢谢。Yeah, just walking back to my bus stop. I wonder if that funny guy is still here. It might be. Okay, this guy is having some problem here. Okay.
Hello.
Hey. It's funny, they put that there so the scooter can't go through. But that guy got his scooter through. Look at all these taxis. So these taxis do actually integrate with the, I don't know if you guys remember, but Uber operated in China for some years, but their offices kept getting raided. So Uber was essentially just kicked out of China. I think that was back in 2017 or something. Yeah, so Uber got booted. Their offices just kept getting raided over and over. They're like, you're done, Uber. Get out of China. I just remember it being kind of newsworthy. Their Guangzhou offices they just took all the computers and stuff. So funny. But, yeah. So Uber's out of China. They've been out for years now. So the Chinese competitor that was protected is called Didi. And you may have seen her, the CEO, speaking on international news programs. But yeah, Didi is the Uber here, and it's cool. I've actually never even booked it on my own. I always just have my wife book it. But you can, foreigners can totally use it. I've just never tried. But yeah, apparently it's pretty easy. But it's also easy just to wave down a taxi. A big tea market here. I never go in there. I feel like they got the employees kind of lined up here. It's kind of funny. They're doing like an employee picture. I made a funny face and kind of went over the camera. And they laughed. Cute little dogs. Like this one has a little pink. It's so cute. That little dog got a pink tail. I don't know if they like that. I don't think they do. But yeah, this is what I like to see my little cart looking like. Folded up and empty. That's what you want. So 2 boxes out, DHL, boom. And there's a little bit of back and forth. The guy's like, I cannot send this. It's some new guy. He's like, I can't send it. It needs commercial labeling. And I was like, nope. And he's like, okay. And then sometimes they're like, the price is, 5,000 Hong Kong. And I'm like, nope. And they're like, okay. It's kind of funny. Like, there's always a little bit of resistance. Like, they don't want to give me a good price, or they don't want to ship it. A little bit of back and forth, but I don't back down. You know what I really learned? It's like, in the West, we're kind of like polite. We're like, we don't want to offend anybody. So it's like, if there's a little bit of resistance, we're like, oh, okay. But I've just found the more I travel and stuff, like, you just gotta don't accept defeat. And don't make it easy for them to cow you into submission. So that's, what is it? It's called like, self-advocating. You can't be shy, and people are going to try to get in your way in various steps, and you just got to be like, nope, not doing that, buddy. And just persist. And it usually just works. Anyways, I'm gonna catch a bus down here. But thanks for coming along in Shenzhen, back from Hong Kong, and listening to me ramble. There's a cute little dog over there. Cute little dogs. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.